In a kingdom of towering stone and marble, lived an architect named Elias. Elias didn't build for fame, he built because he loved the feel of stone under his hands. He was quiet, humble, and worked at a pace that respected his soul. But the king of this land was a man who wanted his legacy carved into the clouds. He saw Elias's talent, but more importantly, he saw Elias's hunger to be understood. One evening, the king visited Elias's humble workshop. He didn't come with guards, he came with a velvet box. Inside was a compass made of pure diamond. "Elias," the king whispered, his voice like silk. "The world calls you a builder, but I see a god. These other architects, they are children playing in the mud. But you are the only one capable of building my great cathedral. You are irreplaceable." Elias felt a rush he had never known. For years, he was just a man with a chisel. Now, he was a god. The work began. The king visited every morning. He didn't check the blueprints, he checked Elias's ego. "Look at that arch," the king would exclaim. "Only a genius could conceive this. You must be exhausted, but a mind like yours doesn't need sleep like ordinary men, does it?" Elias, though his back ached and his eyes burned, would smile and say, "No, Your Majesty. I am fine." The praise became a drug. Every time Elias felt his strength failing, the king would bring a new gift, a silken robe, a title of Master of the Realm, a seat at the royal table. The hook, Elias stopped listening to his body. He started listening to the king's applause. He began to believe that if he stopped to rest, he wasn't a genius anymore. He was just a tired man. And to Elias, being a tired man felt like a failure. 3 years passed. The cathedral was nearly finished, reaching heights that defied gravity. But Elias was a ghost of himself. He had lost weight, his hands shook so violently he had to tape the chisel to his palm. One night, a massive storm rolled in. The scaffolding was slick with rain. Elias's lead assistant begged him, "Master, come down. The wind is too strong. You are sick." Elias looked at the gold ring the king had given him that morning. He remembered the king's words, "You are the hero of this era. A hero never leaves his post." "I cannot," Elias said, his voice a rasp. "A hero finishes the task." As he climbed the highest spire to set the final stone, his heart gave a sudden, sharp jerk. His vision clouded. For a second, he realized the truth: the king didn't love Elias, the king loved the cathedral. Elias was just the tool that was being used up until it snapped. With one final gasp, Elias placed the stone. Then, his strength vanished. He fell from the spire, a broken shadow tumbling into the darkness of the courtyard. The next morning, the sun rose over the completed cathedral. It was magnificent. The king stood in the courtyard, looking at Elias's body. He didn't kneel. He didn't weep. He simply looked at the diamond compass still gripped in Elias's cold hand. The king pried the compass from the dead man's fingers, wiped the blood off on his silk robe, and turned to his advisor. "The building is done," the king said. "Find a new architect to build the palace. Tell him he is the greatest I have ever seen. Never let someone's praise become your prison. When people call you the best, the strongest, or the one who never says no, they aren't always honoring you. Sometimes, they are labeling the box they want to keep you in. Asterisk praise is a tool. It can build you up, or it can be used to drive you until you break. The hero label is often a trap. It's designed to make you feel guilty for being human. Your worth is not a performance. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to be ordinary. Work with passion, but never burn your own house down just to keep someone else warm. Because when the fire goes out, they won't stay to sit in the ashes, they'll just look for a new flame. Take care of the person, not just the machine.